Chad, start with the pass game and talk to Neil about this. You guys struggled. He said it was one of the worst ones you guys have had. So why, as you watch that?
Yeah, struggled of the first time we struggled of recent weeks in the pass game with some, at least lately, of the unprecedented drops. And, I'm pretty sure he told Gary he wasn't his best as well.
To improve their receivers need? I mean, just overall individual improvement. How do you get better?
Just concentration and focus. We didn't see it. They've been doing a phenomenal job, being consistent, catching the football. Obviously, Garrett's played really well last couple of weeks, and didn't see that performance coming. So we got to reset, hit the reset button, and refocus and get back on track.
Run it quite as much in the last couple games. The defense is trying to take him away by design from you guys. Is there a reason?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Trying to limit his ability to be able to skate the pocket and create extended plays with his legs. So teams doing a great job of trying to take that away with the mixing coverages and also like different variety of blitzes they see him.
What surprised you most about last Saturday's performance?
I would say the fact that for the first time here in a couple of weeks, I didn't think we were smart enough, good enough, or played physical enough.
Offensive line-wise, I mean, for most of the year, dominated line of scrimmage, and that was kind of a surprise, wasn't it?
That was a big surprise, and that's where I talk about the being good enough and physical enough. I didn't think we were physical enough, and that was a big surprise. We hadn't played thus far through the season. We've always that's one of our strengths. That is our strength, our physicality, and I didn't think that was there Saturday.
How do you flip that switch for Cincinnati, and what is?
Like I said, just hit the reset button and refocus. Those guys, those guys came in yesterday. We had we had practice yesterday. The guys were real sharp, real focused. Guys held themselves accountable. We held ourselves accountable as coaches as well, and guys owned up to it and they understand it. Came in and watched the film and took accountability to the way they played the game and some of the fundamental lapses we had and areas we had. So. Hit the reset button and get back going tomorrow.
This is kind of a general deal, and I asked Jordan about it too, but it seems like it's easier following a disappointing performance to coach your team and get them prepared than it is when you've had some success like you had prior to the Oklahoma game. Why is that?
It's all a mental game, psychology deal. Obviously, guys, they get. It kind of go both ways, when you have success, you want to make sure the guys remain humble and hungry and, and continue to focus on the task at hand and not lose sight of the fact that, the teams that we're going out against, whether we're underdogs or the favorites, that we got to go out there and play ball because anybody can be beaten. And obviously when you lose games, guys get a lot more upset and, the concentration, it heightens a lot more, but the focus heightens a lot more because you want to get back on track. So it's more of a mental component. You've been talking about the guys about being consistent with all our action, whether we win or lose a football game. So, like I said, we just got to hit the reset button and refocus and get back going.
Probably when you got into this deal and you started coaching, you probably knew by Thursday, we either got it or we don't. Yeah. But today, it could be right up to game time. You're not sure. Okay, are we mentally there? Are we there? Why has that changed so much?
I don't know. I know that varies. That's a great question. I can't answer it because it's times where it could be late in the week. The guys are up and you feel like, man, we're gonna go out and we're gonna play really well, and you don't. It could be times where guys just seem down, lethargic, and just kind of just the energy level's not there. Then they go out and they play at an an elite level. So I don't know the answer for it. We just got to do
it. Work you usually know. Right. Or have a good feel. This is how it's going to – but sometimes that isn't that way anymore.
Yeah, sometimes it's not that way. But I can say for us, last couple of weeks, on Tuesday and Wednesday, our work day's been really good. Like I said, that performance Saturday, I didn't see that coming at all. It's a credit to Oklahoma. They played really well, had a great game plan, and went out and executed and played at a level that we've been playing for the last couple of weeks, at least offensively. So we just got to reset and get back to playing our style of football.
TJ is still new as a running back.
Yeah.
He's not a developed, experienced running back,
Yeah.
5 years behind or anything like that. Is there something in his style that is responsible for why he's been hurt, a few times, or does he have to protect himself better, or anything you can do about that?
Well, he got to. Sometimes it just takes some. It just, some of the accidents just happen. You just kind of get hit in the wrong spot. When he got injured the other day, he just kind of got hit in the wrong spot. Wasn't necessarily him. His pad level wasn't high. It wasn't like him in a bad position. Just got hit the wrong way. But he's, one thing he could do a better job of is understand how to attack half a man. He's a big kid, so obviously sometimes, people, you think you're a big guy, you just run over everybody. So he could do a better job learning how to attack half a man and not run down the middle of the guys. But the injury he sustained the other day, it's just a freak incident. Just happened. Just kind of got rolled up. Wrong place, wrong time.
You talked before, and it was kind of even evident against Oklahoma, that Jaheim is so close to breaking one.
Yeah.
And he's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do, or is there anything you can do to try to force that on, or is it just going to happen eventually?
It'll happen eventually. It'll happen. It'll happen,
Like, is
as
there any middle thing that you can see that he's not doing that would allow him to break it, or?
Well, no, not really. He's been, like I say, he's been the last 2 weeks. He's broken him. He had an explosive run the other day. I think a lot of times he gets so excited. He gets so anxious when he gets in space. He's already got in his mind with the move he's gonna make against a guy sometimes, and kind of just lose sight of where he is and between the tackle box and might trip over somebody. That's what happened the other day. He said, "Coach, I saw that guy coming, and I was already prepared to make a move on him, and then all of a sudden I tripped over one of the linemen." So he gets so excited, gets so anxious to make somebody miss and go hit the big one. Sometimes you just lose sight of where he is in between the tackle box. But he's exciting to watch. And he's special, and it'll pop for him.
Jordan, about some of his young guys on defense who aren't necessarily playing a lot right now, the redshirt guys. So your guys that you're planning on redshirting, what do you see out of them? How they developed over the 4 months they're practicing?
DJ Oliver's going to be a really good football player. Going to surprise a lot of people. He's a big kid. So, everybody knows that part of it. But when you watch the kid run and you see him break away and pull away from people, that's going to surprise a lot of people. He's going to be really good. Some of the younger linemen are going to be really good as well. Cooper Young, Nick Cray, those guys are going to be really good. Johnny Williams, all three of those guys are going to be real special. Landon Livingston's coming along. Those guys get a lot of work in the Monday night and Thursday night ball, and they really progressed and developed. And then also having those guys in front of them, seeing how those guys practice, seeing how those guys play and prepare has helped those guys come along as well. So really excited about that young group of linemen.
And T.J. Johnson, what do you see?
Yeah, T.J. Johnson's going to be a really good player, very athletic. Graham's going to be a really good player, and those guys had a really good day yesterday in Monday Night Football as well. So there's a lot of really good young talent. And T.J. Johnson's a kid, man, he has great versatility. He's playing the tight end spot right now. Has the versatility to go play out wide as well with his size and his athletic ability and his speed.
I know you're
Going back to CJ, I think I understand what attacking half the guy means, right? Just
Yeah.
don't let him square up on you. But he's running into the line so often that can be difficult. I don't know. Does he try to get outside more? Like, I guess take me through that. It seems like really
Well, I'll tell you what, he's done
competition.
the first half of the season. He didn't play his best ball, but this last half of the season, he's played really well. He's done a great job with his eye discipline. He's done a great job of getting pre-snap reads on where the free hitters are. Free hitters, I'm talking about the safeties that's responsible for tackling him. We can't block everybody, so he's all responsible for one of them. And so he's done a phenomenal job pre-snapping those guys and doing a great job what we call manipulating linebackers to put himself in a position where he's running away from that free hitter that's supposed to step down and tackle him. So like I said, as of recently, he hadn't really just run directly down the middle of the guys, but it's something the first half he was doing that kind of contributed to some of his soreness on this half of the season. Like
Initial contact, you want to make a move and try to get one shoulder instead of two shoulders?
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, and then do a great job of using his off arm, a lot more stiff arm or what we call near leg, near shoulder, so he can equalize the collision instead of taking all of it.
Goal line sequence, how disappointing was that? Is that
Very disappointing. Again, that's just part of that, I'm saying, not being physical enough, not executing on the goal line, having all those opportunities to go get it in, couldn't get it in, and then also on the short yardage situation in the middle of the field during the game. And that's something that we've always been really good at, short yardage, converting and making it happen. And so not getting that executed was very disappointing.
I know you're just getting into Cincinnati. You'll get into them obviously more, but what are the issues they present up front, and will they be similar challenges to what you faced last week?
Leverage battles, really good. That's the best part of the defense. Really good interior defensive line, and not as big height wise, but stout. And it's going to be a leverage battle. So we're going to do a great job. And it's one of the issues we had last week up front as well, is not playing with a great pad level, which didn't allow us to have the kind of strength that we needed at certain times at point of attack to move people. So we're going to do a great job playing great pad level versus these guys.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, just this deep into the Traylon's true freshman season.
Traylon Ray?
Yeah, it seems like he's I got to narrow that down, don't I? He seems like he's figuring some things out, getting comfortable, maybe getting caught up or ahead from where he was with his start. Just relative to where a true freshman might be, where does he stand right now?
I think he's progressed really well. I think probably what's caught up with him, he had a phenomenal fall camp. Then he started battling some injuries, which kind of slowed him at the beginning of the season. And then now he's come on. He's showing the ball skills that he showed all of us in fall camp. You're able to see it. Now he's taking a lot more reps than he probably anticipated taking. And he's going against some guys that's some seasoned vets and some guys that are a lot older than him. So, it's times where like he made definitely one, might have made two, had one spectacular catch for sure. That literally just his toe was out of bounds. And so you look at that, from a coach standpoint, and even from him one-on-one, that's where the strength comes into play. He's all season, maybe 2 all season away. Probably I say just all season away from being spectacular. It just becomes a deal where he's just playing against older guys that's stronger than he is right now. But when he develops the strength with his ball skills and his body control, he's going to be real special. But love where he is right now. He's learned a lot. Gets lined up. He understands the plays. Just understanding how to get lined up and knowing the plays gives him a chance to have an idea of pre-snap wise what's he going to do in his route, an adjustment he may have to make versus a certain coverage, and he's doing that as a true freshman, which is really impressive. So once he develops the strength, he's going to be really good.
Thrived in 3 sports in high school. How's that help?
It helps immensely, which is probably why he's so smart. He's able to, play all those sports and understand all the different, assignments he has per sport, and also be able to go compete at a high level per the sport, and also shows his body control and athleticism, and so that background helps big time, and also the competitiveness. So here's a kid, sometimes, he doesn't get the best of those guys, because of his strength deal, because he's so competitive and he's used to playing in competitive situations. Always has a next play mentality. Never a kid that gets real down, which is unique for a young guy that's used to making plays all the time and having success, not to get down when he doesn't have the kind of success that he wants per play, which allows him to go out there and keep the kind of mental intensity you need to have to be successful in a 60-minute ball game. So kid has impressive physical gifts and impressive mentality as a freshman. Thank you all.